Hey everybody, welcome to Tall Oak Homestead. My name is Carrie. Thanks for joining me today. I got a few little things I've got to deal with out in the garden today, and I thought I'd bring you along. First things first though, I've got to come out and open up the greenhouse. I'm a little late in doing that this morning as it was my volunteer morning, and this greenhouse is going to be smoking hot. Oh yeah, 140 degrees. All right, let's get this opened up. Oh boy, it's hot in here. Get both doors opened up. Maybe give everything a quick water. Yesterday I planted some extra cucumbers in here. I'll keep some of my cherry tomatoes in here, one of each of the ones I have out in the garden. They're starting to do very well. And I have some more cucumbers in here. So I'm going to give them a quick water first, and then we can start with some of our other projects. All right, now that I've got everything watered in the greenhouse, I'm just going to do a quick sweep of everything just to make sure everything's doing okay. Nothing's been dug up. Oh, see some more rabbit damage here. See all that? These are the sweet potatoes. Got some more starts back here, which is good. Rhubarbs. I've already harvested a lot of rhubarb. I'm going to leave what's there just to help the plants for next year. Our asparagus has gone to seed, which is great. I'm going to have to get that tied up shortly. Let's go check the garden. I need to be careful watering the cucumbers. I put some diatomaceous earth around the bottom of the plants yesterday because we're having such a problem with both cucumber bugs and squash moths and bugs. You can see the white around the bottom there. Oh, got lots of flowers on this cucumber. I got these ones here I just planted yesterday. These ones I planted about a month or so ago. So I'm hoping to have two different stages of cucumbers. The peppers are all looking good. Oh, something's in here eating these. I'll have to get those sprayed. Oh, some of this spicy basil is going to seed, so I'm going to have to deadhead some of that. Oh, it smells so good. Not seeing any flowers yet on the peppers. Oh wow, something's really eating in here. These are just oh no, these are Sweetie Snack Mix pickles. Sweetie Snack Mix peppers. The dill's doing well. Got to get some more dirt in these potatoes, top up the buckets. We'll do that later this afternoon. So far, everything's looking good. More of those cucumber bugs. Can you see them in there? They're a little striped. Oh, the sun might be at a bad angle there. There's one right there. See it? Oh, he flew away. Well, regardless, they are such a pest. And they are making a mess of some of my plants here. Oh, got two zucchinis in there. I got one here we can probably harvest shortly. The tomatoes are all looking good. They're slow this year, but they're looking healthy. We did put some blood meal in, and it took care of the yellowing. Okay, so there's really not much to do in this back garden. Oh, I've got some more corn I want to throw in here. The flowers, my gaillards, are looking lovely. And you can see the bees love them too. See all the bees? That's fantastic. Okay, so far so good. The watermelons are taking off quite nicely here. Got some flowers. Oh, someone's trying to dig up the lettuce in there. The chipmunks and the squirrels They just wreak havoc on everything. Okay, so far so good. We're getting, these are the raspberries we just picked up this year, but look at this shrub here from last year. Oh, look at all those berries we're gonna get. I'm so excited. Okay, everything's looking pretty good. Berkeley's having a good roll around over there in the dirt. Okay, so everything looks fine in here. Nothing looks to be needs any attention in here, but I know for a fact the front garden and the flowers, we need to go and do some work there. Just gonna go and grab some things from the greenhouse that we're gonna need. This closed up so that the rabbits don't get in there. We've also found the past couple of weekends this tiny little weasel. It's running around the property. Actually, on Sunday, he got into the greenhouse. Didn't do anything, but I don't know if they do anything to plants, whether they're digging or eating them. I don't know, but I should maybe look that up and see. So I'm gonna get my bag. Where are my clippers? Well, if I can't find them there, that tells me I've left them somewhere. Okay, I'll have to go on a mission for my clippers. Oh, no, there they are. They're just buried in here. My clippers. And I always take a knife with me. Oh, I think I've left that in one of the flower bins. Okay, so we'll do this and this. Oh, there's a bee buzzing me. I know where I left the knife. Actually, we're using it on the weekend. So let's come over here. Yesterday, I put in all these onions. These are some red organic onions because the rabbits just decimated, as you can see. Sorry, that was a cabbage right there. There's one there that's starting to grow. That's what that looks like now. So all of them, oh, and here's one that's been dug up, an onion that's been dug up. I'll have to come and fix that. I spend all this time and effort on the garden, and the amount of chaos these critters cause is unbelievable. But I guess they have to eat too. Fair's fair. So here's my knife that I left here the other day. I'll grab that. And I want to come and pay some attention to the front garden. Some of the things need to be trimmed back. My peony, I want to trim back the spent blooms, but what I'd also like to do is leave some on there so I can collect the seeds. You can see the lupins here. They need to be deadheaded. But you see these peony pods here. Because I like the way things look, you can see some at the back here as well. I'm going to leave ones that are at the back, and I'll cut the blooms, the spent blooms from the front. And then also over here, I've got this peony that I need to deadhead. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it back a bit and then maybe get a cage and put it around. I bought some more perennials yesterday to fill up the garden here. There's about 6 aster there, 2 lovely sedum over here. And then on this side of the garden, I've picked out some more aster. So it's all like purples, blues, and pinks. I'm just really hoping to fill out everything with perennials. And as I'm standing here, all I can hear are the hum of the bees, which is fantastic. That's what I'm after. So yesterday I took a trip to the Garden Network, which is just down the road from us. It's an absolutely beautiful little garden center, and they have the most beautiful flowers. And I know that she does close up at the end of June, so I wanted to go and pick out a few things, just as I said, to fill in the garden. Once I finished there, I went around the corner to an organic farm. I don't know what the name of it is, and they sell all their starts and their seedlings just at the front of their property. And yesterday she was closing up as well, so I got a few extra things. You saw those onions that I planted yesterday, but my front garden beds that aren't doing so great, and I don't know why. I'm going to move them actually at the end of this year to the back by the big garden. But I thought to fill in some space in these garden beds, what I would do is get some either flowers or some vegetables. Well, they didn't see any flowers that caught my fancy, but they did have a lot of extra peppers. So I grabbed some extra peppers to put in the garden. So in the dahlia bed here, I've got some pimento sweet red. And on pretty much almost all of my dahlias, I don't have any flower heads. I see there's one here, and that's it so far. Oh, it looks like there's one starting there. But all the rest have been eaten by the rabbits. In my daisy bed, oh, this could use a little bit of weeding actually. The daisies are starting to perk up a little bit. These don't look fantastic. I've got 4 sweet bell peppers in here. They're yellow ones, I don't know if I mentioned that. And then over here in my snapdragon bed, got 4 more of the sweet red peppers in here. Kind of an odd combination, flowers and peppers, but making good use of the space. I'm going to start by deadheading the lupin. Some of them have a little bit of flower left at the top of them, but I think it's time to cut them off and let them dry. I like to do this for 2 reasons. One, I like to collect the seeds because they're just such a beautiful flower and they do so well here. But also it encourages a second round of growth. So by cutting these back, that will allow me to have another lovely flush of flowers. You can see there was one that was starting to flower up again. So I don't know whether that's the first flower or second flower because I have cut some of them back already. I will take all of these. I have a wicker basket in the greenhouse that I store them in to dry. And then once they've all dried out, I can harvest the seeds and use them next year. What I do when I'm deadheading these flowers is I follow the spent stem down to an intersection where there's another leaf coming out, and I'll cut it just above that. I thought it was time to empty the bird bath. It was getting a little grungy. What we can do later is we're going to clean that out and fill it back up again. I was going to cut the peonies back, but they still have some shape to their flower, and it just seems we wait so long for these beautiful flowers to bloom that I think I'm going to wait until actually all of the petals have fallen off, and then I'll cut them back. This little peony, however, I am going to cut this one back. Let it step carefully in here. That'll be nice. We'll have the nice foliage. It always amazes me how it takes so long for the flowers to start growing, but the weeds pop up overnight. I think pretty much on a daily basis. I do a walk around the property and I pull weeds from all the garden beds. Anything that's kind of popping up on the property. We have a lot of sumac, so we have a lot of sumacs that just kind of pop up in the middle of the grass. But I like to keep everything kind of tidy. The only thing is I'm always a little leery when I'm standing at the back of this garden here pulling stuff out because it's just so full in the back. I never quite know what I'm reaching into. And a funny thing about me is I'm terrified of snakes, and we do have a fair amount of garter snakes that are on our property, which I guess in the big picture, it is a good thing because it does mean that you have a great ecosystem. If you do have snakes on your property, they do control, like they took care of some of the pests in the garden. But I could just prefer not to see them. So I always go to a dark place when I'm sticking my hand blindly into something that I'm going to find a snake in there. I have mentioned a few times that we do have a lot of rabbits and chipmunks on our property, and it's really funny. The chipmunks seem to love this front garden here. There is a spout, that black hose you can see behind me that's coming off of one of the downspouts, and they come running, and they, if we're outside, they'll run into that, and then they'll squawk at us. And it's really funny whenever you're in the front garden doing something, all of a sudden this loud squeaking starts, and it startles you. And I don't know whether it's the chipmunk just telling us to get out of his garden or what, but it just always makes me smile. well, I guess smile until they've chewed and dug up something in my garden. So today when I started filming, I didn't realize I forgot to put my microphone on until I uploaded all of my little videos and started to piece them together. So that's why I'm doing a lot of voiceover today. You'll notice in the little annuals in front of me, the Super Tunia Vista bubblegum, those are my favorite. They are favorite annual. They're so beautiful and they're starting to fill out really nicely. But I do find they seem to attract a lot of little weeds underneath them. And directly behind that is my garden phlox. And it is doing so well. It's starting to really spread out. But I think what I may have to do at the end of the season is start to separate that up a little bit and make a little bit more space between that and the peonies because they're really starting to crowd each other. But I think again that'll be another positive because I'll have another chunk of perennial that I can move to the front of this garden. So I like to clean out this bird bath on a daily basis. We have a lot of bird feeders. We have one for orioles specifically, another one for hummingbird, and then we have a couple more feeders. Andrew got a great one from the kids for his, I believe it was for his birthday, that has a little video recorder in it, so we get some really great shots of birds and squirrels. But we also have a couple of other feeders just for all of the other birds. But because of that, we have so many birds, and it's really a lot of fun to sit out on our deck and watch all these different birds. But they do make good use of this bird feeder, and as a result, it's always very dirty. So pretty much on a daily basis, I've got to clean this out and fill it up again. But it's such a joy to watch them play around in it. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for my outside projects today in the garden. I'm going to head inside and get cleaned up and get some lunch, and then probably enjoy the rest of the afternoon out on the side patio here with a good book. Andrew and I were talking about going for a nice bike tour this weekend, so I think we're going to take our cameras along and film that for you. So I hope everyone's well. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye. We hope you enjoyed watching our video. If you did, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to help us grow our channel. Thanks so much for watching.